Welcome to my YouTube channel. Jerry Mboweni here, certified life coach, NLP practitioner, author of the book 115959, an ex-junk last-minute victory, drug counselor, wellness coach, and community builder. And today I'm going to speak, today I'm going to share my story. And the story about, I just celebrate 11 years of full-time ministry. I'll explain what does that mean. I've just I've been doing drug counseling for the last 11 years in full-time basis, because I started as a part-time and I moved to full-time. So I'm now 11 years, and they say if you do something for 10 years, you become a pro. So I'm now a pro in my field, but I'll share my story later. That's the reason for this video today. And if you're going to watch this video until the end, I've got a gift for you. I always promise for the gift, but you're going to have to watch the video until the end. So let's talk about it, my 11 years on my journey. How did I start? How did I get there? Good morning if it's morning to you. How did I get there? And the other thing is that how did I get there? And let me just put the flash on there. How did I got there? And the other thing is that how did I kept it going? Even there's somebody asking me the other day, how do you keep negative thoughts or negative things out of your mind and just keep focused? How do you do that? So I'm about to share just my story of 11 years in full-time ministry. I always say this one: God does not call the qualifier, He qualified the caller. I believe I was born to do what I'm doing. I'm so excited what I do every day. And they say that if you love what you do every day, you'll never work a day. So for me, I don't feel like I'm working current what I'm doing. I feel like I just play. I play to get paid. Almost like soccer players. They go and play and touch the ball and they just take it. I feel the same. I love what I do. And I've been doing this in full time for the last 11 years. So let us share how did I got it here in my story. Is that I was myself addicted to drugs for 11 years. And then when I came out of rehab, my first job, I was working as a cleaner. But while I was in rehab, I was in Christian rehab, and I received Jesus as a personal savior while I was there. Something happened to me that I cannot explain. I can only explain this. I just had a desire to help other people. That was not me. Before that was not me. As I was laying on those bed for those 21 days, looking on the ceiling every single day, not falling asleep, maybe sleep for 1 hour, and then my last 21 days was terrible on my treatment. I couldn't sleep. I was sewing, all these things. I was just, something came to my mind, but now I understand was God telling me that go help other people. Go help other people. So I did not understand. I just had desire that when I finish this, I'm going to tell the people. Just and my thought was just, I'm just going to tell the people that this is what you need to do before you go to rehab. This was only my idea, because I was like, wow, nobody told me. Because before I went to rehab, this is what happened. I started having smoking party. Hey, I'm gonna smoke. I'm gonna finish now. I'm gonna go to rehab, so I'm gonna smoke finish. I smoke every night. I smoke everything because I'm saying goodbye to drugs. I didn't know that actually when I go to stop, I'm going to shock my system. I was supposed maybe to reduce my doings and prepare for myself. So that was not in my mind. So I said, I'm just going to share with people that when you try to go to treatment, try to reduce drugs. That was all. So I came out of rehab. The first job, as I said, I work as a cleaner, met my wife later on. I got married. My second job was I work as a driver for this company. This is another story. How did I get from working as a car cleaner to a driver? So while I was working as a driver, at the church where I was, I went to ask the pastor. In fact, my wife introduced to the pastor of the church because my wife was belonged to the church. I'm still at the church until now, 19 years later. It's where I work now, the full-time ministry. And he said, this guy's got testimony, could you share? My pastor allowed me to share the testimony. And then after that, me and my wife, we were talking about to start a support system to help other people. And our idea is just to take to people. We just want to guide people, give them, and that was support group to be. A support group is not a treatment; it's a guidance, an information center. So we just want to give information to people, and then we ask our pastor, can we start setting a support group here? Do some research, set a support group. We start the support group. It's called Family Support Group, and our job is we share with people our knowledge about drugs and what they can do, what they can look for, but also more is we share to them where they can get help. So that's how I started. And it became very, very hard for me because I used to work, I think, about 23 kilometers away from my place where I stay. So, and the traffic coming back home, I will stop at the church instead of going home. I'll spec for support group. I'll come home 10 o'clock at night, and then we'll do that three times in a week. I will do that Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. So Monday we'll have the support group. Wednesday we'll have Tuesday we'll have inside group, just me and the people who are in recover. And then Wednesday we'll have a fitness. So we'll have that program, and it was too much. One day I was stopping in a traffic light while I was driving, and I said, I can't do this anymore. It's either I quit my job or I quit this, what I do. So I went to my pastor and I said, hey, this is how I feel. And first of all, I went to my wife and said, this is how I feel. And we pray about it, and we had a clear picture that I have to leave my job. So one day I wake up in the morning and I went to fire my boss. I gave my boss a letter, I said, boss, you are fired. I'm going to full-time ministry. So that's how I went. My journey started 11 years ago. 11 years ago, on the 2nd of May, I started entering this. And here's the thing. When I got go ahead to go full-time ministry with my pastor, and my pastor said, hey, look, but we cannot be able to pay what you are getting now where you're working. So, and the church came up with a figure, and that figure was almost 75% off of my money that I was receiving. So I was reducing by 15% of remaining. Okay, this is what we can offer. So I spoke to my wife and said, let's do it. So we agree, and we did. And then I had the opportunity to work with another organization, came on board and said we will also support. It's called Living Hope. I'm forever grateful for Living Hope, especially for Pastor Peter Loveck, late Pastor Peter Loveck, who was the first man to mentor me and teach me everything about recovery. I've learned a lot from that man. He teach me the principle of recovery. He teach me recovery. In fact, the first month I just shadowed him what he does. And whenever I go to speak, he went with me and he teach all of these things that I do now. So I'm forever grateful for the knowledge that he passed. By that time, I think he was about 30 years in the field of recovery when I met him. So my journey started there. The first thing I was just doing drunk counseling and mentoring. And then I had more time. I decided to study, and then I became a life coach. I became a certified life coach. And for last 11 years, it's been unbelievable. I enjoy everything that I do. In fact, I'm very excited when I go to my place of work. It's been incredible. Well, there is a challenge. Always in life, there's a challenge. But here's the thing. I live for certain principle or philosophy. This philosophy, they're ingrained. There's one principle in our recovery. It's step 3. Step 3 that we turn our life and our will to care of God. Meaning that when I wake up in the morning, I don't have will to live anymore. What I do, I just set my goal. I say 1, 2, 3. In fact, today as I shoot this video this morning, if you can notice, it's not the same second because the sun is too hot where I normally shoot, so I have to shift it. Because I shoot later than the normal time, because everything in the morning did not go the way I wanted. But here I am. What did I say? Okay, no problem. That was not supposed to be the God will for me to shoot the video that time. So because the only thing life becomes challenges when you start living on your own terms. Because everything become, when things doesn't go according to yourself, you'll say, this is a challenge. No. When things doesn't go the way I want it, or when things go the way I want it, both of us I say it's God's will. I don't know, because I have turned my will to his care, and I trust that he knows better than what I do. For the last 11 years, it's been unbelievable. I'm super excited. I feel like we just got started. We just got started in this journey, and God has been good. All praise and honor to God. Thank you for those who have been supporting this journey. My pastor, Pastor Jerry Mboweni, my wife Vanessa, and then the church, the entire community of the church that have been helping me for this journey, for this. And here's the thing. If you are listening to this video and God has called you to do something, you know from your heart. Let me share this story quickly. So towards the end now, before I fire my boss, towards the end, my pastor one day asked me, Jerry, so which day you decided you are going to be full-time minister? I said, Pastor, because remember, I fired my boss on April. I'm like, I think I must just wait for December, once I got this bonus, and then I can, Pastor say, hey, if God calls you, you must hear the call now. The God who calls you, he's going to provide for you. I never forget that day. And then after I left it was just a small conversation outside my church. It was on a Monday, because we have a meeting every Monday, so I was standing outside, and he told me that. And from there, me and my wife went and prayed, and we set the date. And 29th of April, 11 years ago, it was my last day working for the boss, and I went full time for the ministry. It's been incredible. I've grown a lot. I value growth. I'm not the same person that I was 11 years ago in terms of my career, in terms of my spiritual work. It's been unbelievable. Thank you for always watching my video. I really appreciate if this video is encouraging you in any way. So if you have listened and you have got calling for God, and you know that, and this is calling, and even if you are not qualified, remember, God does not call the qualifier, he qualifies the caller. When I started this journey, I only know that I have the message that I was addicted and God saved me. That's all. Everything else, the principle, the recover tools, the presentation that I make, the life coaching, the counseling, all those came later. When I started, I have no certificate of nothing. I got counseling certificate now. I've attended different courses, yes. But when I took the call, I just took the call. And while I was doing the call, God qualified me. So if you receive the call from God to do something, go for it. God will qualify you. Thank you very much for always watching my video. And if you watch until now, here's the gift for you. You're welcome to book for a free one-on-one coaching with me online. I left my detail down below. You can just send an email or SMS or WhatsApp to tell me that I've watched your video and I would like you to be coached. Bye for now. Peace.